Hello everyone, welcome to tonight's workshop. I just need to check that everything is working well and that you can actually see me. Okay, so if you can see me, if you can just post in the reply box below just to let me know you can see me, that would be great, because I don't know actually if you can. Okay, we're on, I can see we're on, brilliant, fantastic. Oh, the joys of technology. Brilliant. All right, so welcome to tonight's online life coaching workshop, which is how to find and follow your joy. So, so many of us are desperately trying to live lives that feel fully authentic and real, and want to live our dreams, and quite often there's a real kind of struggle that goes on around wanting to achieve so much and actually feeling happy and content in our lives. So first of all, let's just kind of have a look at, for those of you that don't know who I am, I'm just going to let you know who I am. I'm Saskia Fraser and I'm from Raw Freedom. The website is rawfreedom.co.uk. And I'm a raw food expert, a life coach and author. I've been teaching and coaching around raw food and life in general for the last 7 years, and it's my absolute passion to help people to become more fully themselves, to be more at peace with themselves, to have more energy, vitality, to be in love with life. That's my motto. My motto is fall in love with life. I work predominantly with women and a few special men. It's interesting because more and more men are drawn to work with me, which is, yeah, I'm so pleased, because it means there are those wonderful conscious men out there. We love you. And really I work to help people who want to eat more raw and get unstuck and fall in love with their lives. So I do that through programs and workshops and life coaching, so lots of different ways. Lots of strings to my bow, and you will be able to see in the background that I am in my beautiful Devon hideaway. Not much of a hideaway actually, it's my mum's house, but I've been down here for the last month just loving being in the countryside and following my joy. I sort of got to the point where I had enough of being in the city and I just wanted to get out and be in the beautiful countryside, so here I am having a lovely time. Just to let you all know that this webinar is being recorded. We're going to have a kind of, you're going to be able to post replies down below. So if you've got a comment or anything that you want to say, please do that in the box below the video. You'll see it says post a reply. You can do that. I need to actually okay it, so when it goes there might be a little pause between when you write it and when it actually shows up on the website. Just so you know, everything that you reply in the post in the reply box, other people can see. So, and the same with everything in the recording. I'll be speaking out what people are writing, not all of it, but as much as I can. And yeah, just to be aware that this is a public workshop, so don't put anything that you really don't want to share with people out there. But of course, we love sharing, because that's what it's all about. You know, so much of the time we feel like we're on our world, on our own little world, dealing with the problems that we're dealing with and struggling with the struggles that we've got. And one of the great things about these workshops is that actually you get to realise that other people are going through similar things to you, and there's nothing quite like knowing that you are not alone. And I think so often we can kind of feel like we are somehow weak or you know, not successful, not that we're not good enough somehow, and just knowing that other people out there who we respect and who are on similar paths to us are actually going through what we're going through can be really, really reassuring. So yeah, if you feel the urge to share, please do, and I will be sharing, of course, in the workshop too. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, please get one, because this workshop you're actually going to be doing quite a lot of sort of work in terms of writing stuff down and working through stuff. So if you haven't got one, grab one. And I'd really also like to just encourage you not to multitask during this workshop. You know, you've done yourself an amazing favour. You've given yourself the gift of this workshop. So, you know, sit back, relax, just be here, be present, and you'll be amazed at how much you get from just this 1 hour. So during the next hour, I'm going to be giving you really great coaching tools, and the stuff that we're doing today is really quite profound. It's going to be really helping you to get in touch with the very core of your being and who you are on a really deep level, in a really strong and powerful way. You know, so often we can kind of be overcome by our demons, and remember that we are powerful, resourceful, creative human beings. And within all of us, there is that potential to find what we are looking for. And so today's workshop is really about helping you to do that. In the final part of the call, I'm going to be covering one of the most important aspects of how to honour your joy on a daily basis. So, you know, please be here for the whole workshop if you can, and just really kind of allow yourself to absorb the whole lot. And then, of course, as well, towards the end of the webinar, I'm going to be giving you more information about today's special offer, which I'm giving to you, to those of you who are live with me here on the actual workshop. Very excited about that. So just to give you a bit of a heads up about what my offer is today, it's a special workshop price for 6 months of life coaching. So this is for those of you who feel stuck, stressed, you don't know how to get where you want to go, you've got all these wonderful ideas, but you just kind of keep finding yourself being a bit stuck and mired, and like you keep getting in your own way. So life coaching is an amazing, amazing experience in terms of helping you to really expand and open up and understand yourself and get in touch with your personal sense of power. For those of you that don't actually know what life coaching is, and quite often people don't know that I do life coaching, I've been life coaching ever since I started Raw Freedom, however many years ago. Life coaching is about looking at where you are now, where you want to be, and how you're going to get there. And my whole approach to coaching is very holistic. It's mind, body, and spirit. You know, I come from a kind of, in my past, I've done shamanic healing training, and life coaching and lots of other things as well. So it's a very holistic approach to life coaching that I offer. And you know, one of the most amazing things that I hear so often from my clients is, I've got more from this life coaching session than I have in years of therapy. So it's an incredibly powerful life expanding tool. So for those of you that don't want to wait till the end of the call when I'm going to explain it in full, you can find all the details of the offer at rawfreedom.co.uk/life-coaching-special. So that's rawfreedom.co.uk, that's my website, /life- that's the dash, coaching dash special. So I'll also be answering questions about the actual coaching process at the end of the webinar as well. So if you've got any questions about the offer, then hang on till the end and we will look at it then. Right, so how to find and follow your joy. This is the workshop, boys and girls. We're actually getting into it. The very first thing I want to do is to have you just sit, you know, be for a moment. Close your eyes and just get in touch with what makes you feel joyful. And then I'd like you to post your comments below. Let's hear from you. What is it that brings you joy in life? Because so often we're focusing on what brings us frustration and stress and blah, 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 and we don't actually give ourselves the time to remember what brings us joy in life. So post your comments below and I will have a look, see what you're writing and read it out. Okay, if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm just kind of having a look at your comments and just sort of working my way around the computer, looking at the screen. Okay, here we go. Lovely, brilliant. All right, so Sarah says, being outdoors surrounded by nature. Here, absolutely. I totally agree with that one. Bridget says, pets, nature, eating healthily. Yeah, lovely. There's something about animals that is so soothing and comforting. And I agree. I mean, I've made my whole living out of eating healthily. So, yeah, doesn't get much better than that. I'm just refreshing the comments page. Okay. Okay, come on, folks. Do your sharing, because I know there's a load of you out there. So share what it is that gets you feeling joyful. Okay, brilliant. Okay, so basically today what we're going to be looking at is how to find and follow your joy. We're going to be looking at the role of stress in our lives. I think you probably all agree that most people experience quite a lot of stress, and most of us ignore it and just keep pushing on through. And actually stress plays a really, really important role that we don't even acknowledge. So I want to look into that a bit more. And then we're going to be looking at finding and listening to your inner wisdom. And I'm actually going to do a coaching exercise with you to really kind of dig down and tap into that more so that you can access it whenever you want to. We're going to look at how to find your joy and how to follow your joy, and also honouring who you are and what you need at the deepest level. Because so much of the time we want depth, we want to be authentic, we want to be real, and yet we find ourselves kind of living in a way that other people are dictating to us, or feeling like we should do certain things, we should want certain things, we should be a certain way, we should dress a certain way. So, you know, finding and following your joy is all about actually honouring who you are and what you feel on an emotional level. Your body, your emotional body, your physical body is incredibly knowledgeable and actually tells you what you need to know on a day-to-day, minute-by-minute, second-by-second basis. What tends to happen is we kind of live from here up. We're in our heads a lot of the time, and the wisdom, the real wisdom, actually lives in our bodies. So learning how to find and follow your joy is about really getting connected with your emotional self. You know, a lot of us are very disconnected from our emotional selves. You know, we're aware that we feel stressed, anxious, upset, happy, sad, whatever it might be, but we actually don't spend time working out what that actually means. There's so little of the time when we're actually honouring what our bodies are telling us. So I want to say a little bit more about the role of stress in our lives. You know, stress in today's society is just a kind of natural part of how we experience life. I absolutely believe that it is not a healthy thing. More and more as the years have gone on, I've realised that stress and being stressed is as detrimental to our well-being, our health, our emotional state, our energy as the food we eat. You know, I used to be, you know, very convinced that food was a major kind of point at which we had to sort of make the shift. But more and more I'm realising how stress is incredibly debilitating, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And stress is actually a physiological response to things not going right, to things not being quite the way they need to be in our lives. And because we ignore it all the time, you're actually just getting like a build-up, layer upon layer upon layer of stress. And quite often what happens is the longer you go on experiencing stress, the more overwhelmed and incapable of dealing with stress you are. So finding and following your joy is a lot about beginning to listen to what your body is telling you when it's stressed. And whenever you feel stressed, to start becoming conscious in that moment and to actually start asking yourself, okay, I'm stressed. What is it that I need right now in order not to be stressed? Because we convince ourselves that things are absolutely urgent, they have to be done now. I have to do this, I have to ring that person, I have to see that person, I have to do that shopping, I have to, whatever it might be. When the truth of the matter is actually very few things have to be done. And it's getting in touch with that sense of continual urgency that we create around things that actually aren't urgent. So when you start thinking about, okay, what happens if I actually don't do that? What happens if I go to my boss and I say, I'm not going to be able to meet that deadline by a day, by 2 days? What's actually going to happen if you decide to do the shop tomorrow instead of today because it's making you feel really stressed? What happens if you actually don't respond to that email or even that list of emails today, but you do it in 5 days' time? Because we convince ourselves that if we don't do these things, our whole lives are going to fall apart. But the fact of the matter is that we are actually creating huge amounts of stress for ourselves. And the important bit here is we are creating it for ourselves. So you create your own stress. You can make it the fault of your husband, of your boss, of your children, of your work, of your business. But the reality is that you actually create that stress yourself by interpreting and guessing what you think might happen, and deciding that actually stress is better than the feared outcome that you have. So there's this idea of positive future fantasy and negative future fantasy. So negative future fantasy is where you imagine something terrible happening in the future, and therefore you don't take that course of action because you imagine that. You can imagine the same scenario but in a positive sense, and it gives it a completely different slant. Okay, so we're going to get into the coaching exercise here, and this is all about finding and listening to your inner wisdom. We all have such immense inner wisdom. You know, I believe every single one of us has the answers to all the questions that we have in ourselves, and it's just about reconnecting enough with ourselves so that we can hear what our inner wisdom is actually telling us. So the exercise that I'm going to do with you today is called Captain and Crew. We're going to focus on the captain aspect today, and the captain is basically an analogy for your deep inner wisdom, your higher self. You might call it your higher self as well. So your captain, if you don't like the name captain, you can call it your guiding light, your guiding angel, your higher self, your inner wisdom, whatever term actually helps you to really kind of get on board with this idea, this way of connecting with what it is that is your deep down wisdom. So I'd like you all to just get yourselves into a comfortable position. Close your eyes. Relax. Just really feel your weight sinking down. And I don't want you to write anything that comes up during this visualization. I just want you to be completely in the visualization. I'll give you some space to write things up at the end. Just take 3 deep breaths, long, slow, deep breaths. Just relax your mind, relax your eyes, relax your face muscles, relax your jaw, your tongue, relax your forehead. And I'm now going to guide you through a visualization, so keep your eyes closed, keep your face relaxed, your body relaxed. The captain is your internal leader, your visionary who's in command and leads all parts of yourself towards the fullest expression of your life purpose. There aren't any rules about your captain being masculine or feminine, human or animal, with a physical form or not. The key attributes of your captain are wisdom, compassion, courage, clarity, and certainty. Your captain has access to all the wisdom that ever was, all the wisdom that has ever been and will be, and knows that ultimately everything turns out just fine. Your captain loves you completely and unconditionally, no matter what happens. Your captain believes in you completely and without question, and can see quickly what's needed and how best to move forward in any situation. Your captain is fearless and relentless in pursuit of the very best for you. The captain has always been part of you and is eager for you to have access to their wisdom and love every day. So we're now going to meet your captain through a guided imagining. During this imagining, just immerse yourself in the experience, knowing that you'll remember what you need to remember, trusting that you will know and remember what you need to remember. So get really comfortable, relax, and take a short journey to meet your captain. Take a deep breath. As you release that breath, let yourself relax. Notice where you might be tense. Breathe into that place and let that tension go on the exhale and relax. Another breath now, letting go. As you relax, let your imagination go. Let it take you to a place that is completely safe. Just make it up, sense it or see it. It's all fine. As you imagine this place, look around. What do you notice? Whatever you see, imagine, or sense is exactly as it should be. Wherever you are, notice what is around you. Sense or see the details. Take in the colours, the sounds. You might want to touch something. What are the smells here? Let it all come so alive you can almost taste it. As you look around, walk around, and get to know this safe place, you hear the sound of someone approaching. There is a sense of excitement in the air. You are about to meet someone special. And now they come into your view. Your captain walks towards you, eager to meet you as well. As your captain approaches, notice, what does your captain look like? What stands out about your captain? What does it feel like to be with your captain? This is the leader within you, your visionary in command, your captain. Greet one another. Notice what it's like. What does the energy of your captain feel like? Now find a safe place in this safe space to be with each other for a conversation. You might want to sit down and get comfortable, or go on a walk together, or look out at the view. Simply find a place to be with each other and have a conversation with your captain. Ask your captain the following questions and listen carefully for the answers. What is important for me to know about you? Again, ask your captain, what is important for me to know about you? What do you want from me? What do you want for me? What do you know about my life purpose? What do you know about my life purpose? How can I connect easily with your wisdom and your strength? Lastly, ask your captain, what is the name by which I will call you? What is the name by which I will call you? Notice they have a gift for you. Receive their gift. What is it? What do you notice about it? Ask them, what would you like me to know about this gift? What would you like me to know about this gift? And now we'll be drawing this meeting to a close. This is a time to thank each other, knowing you can be with your captain anytime you choose. Your captain is here for you to support you in your journey of living your life purpose, of being fulfilled, of being at peace, of following your joy. Now take a deep breath, breathing in this experience, remembering what you need to remember. Another breath, returning to this space and time. Final deep breath. Open your eyes, stretch, move your body. Maintaining silence and being quiet. Take some notes about this experience. And I'm going to repeat the questions to you so that you can remind yourself of what the answers were. So the first one was, what does your captain look like? What does the energy of your captain feel like? And then you ask the questions of your captain, what is important for me to know about you? What is important for me to know about you? The next question was, what do you want for me? What do you want for me? Next was, what do you know about my life purpose? What do you know about my life purpose? And then, how can I connect easily with your wisdom and strength? How can I connect easily with your wisdom and strength? What is the name by which I will call you? What is the name by which I will call you? And then they gave you a gift. So make a note of the gift that they gave you. And you asked, what would you like me to know about this gift? So when you're ready, I'd love to hear from some of you about your experience of meeting your captain, your inner guide, your higher self, your guiding angel, whatever you like to call this spirit, this guiding sense that's deep inside you. So reply in below and just let me know, what was the kind of the strongest moment of connection for you? What did you feel was the most important thing that your captain actually told you or shared with you? I'll give you some moments to write it up. I don't know about you, but I feel really calm and lovely after that meditation, that guided imagining. Okay, so Nikki says, shared love and gave warmth and positivity. Yeah, lovely. There's something, when I discovered my captain, I like to call her my kind of guiding angel, my guiding light. There was I felt like I could really sort of relax into the knowledge that she was there. You know, and she shares her wisdom with me, and I know she's part of me. She's like the sort of, she's the best of me. So Maureen says, I've always been connected, just need to look inwards, away from the loud distractions of the world. Yeah. So, you know, your captain gives you such nuggets of wisdom. Sarah says, as a gift, my captain gave me a glowing orb of pure white light, which I am to pass on to as many people throughout my life as I can. Gorgeous. Dee says, when I met my captain, I had tears in my eyes. I felt comforted, like I was being hugged. I felt safe. It was almost like being with my father. Yeah, beautiful. Nikki says, shared love and gave warmth and positivity. Yes, such an amazingly powerful visualization that. And what I really want for you is to know that your captain is there for you whenever you need them. And you can really, you know, when you're having any kind of difficult time, you can actually get in touch with your captain and ask for guidance, ask for help. So now that you've got this amazing coaching tool, you've got this life tool, this life gift actually, then the way to kind of put it into practice is to really use your captain to help you honor what makes you feel good. So if you're experiencing stress or overwhelm or busyness, just take literally a couple of minutes, a minute, just to tune into your captain and ask what it is you need. Listening to what your captain says, what your body and heart are telling you, is the path to joy. So, how are you all feeling? Let's hear from you how you're feeling. Post in the reply box below. So what I've shared with you here is one of the really powerful coaching tools that I use when I'm working with people. And when I'm coaching, I'll actually be asking you, you know, to connect with your captain and ask for them to share their wisdom with you. And it's just the most kind of amazing way of getting in touch with what it is that you need, what you need to let go of, what you need to say yes to, what you need to say no to. And guided visualizations is a lot of what we do when we're working together in terms of coaching. So I'm going to tell you a bit more about today's offer. Today's offer is 6 months of Raw Freedom Life Coaching, and it's all about finding and following your joy, finding your power and your inner wisdom, so that you can actually kind of get off the treadmill of existence and just going. You know, when you know there's something more, you know that there is more happiness, more fulfillment, more peace, and that maybe you want to be doing something different, living somewhere different, being different. And life coaching is really about kind of helping you to become your authentic self. So with this offer, the 6 months of life coaching, it's usually £225 a month for 3 sessions. So it's 3 45-minute sessions, and the offer is £175 a month instead of £225 a month. So over 6 months, you'll be saving £300, and you will completely transform your life. It's the most amazing thing. If you want to find out what people's experience of life coaching is, then head over to the page, which is Raw Freedom, www.rawfreedom.co.uk/life-coaching-special. So that's rawfreedom.co.uk/life-coaching-special. I will actually just post that in the replies now. Let me just go and post that so that you've actually got the link. Okay, so coaching link. And there basically it gives you a lot more detail on what Raw Freedom Coaching is actually about. And it also gives you the details of payment plans and all that kind of stuff. Basically, it's a monthly payment plan for 6 months, and we are working on deep and long-lasting change. That's why I do a minimum of 6 months with clients, because we're working on deep and long-lasting change that actually will sustain you and be with you for the rest of your life. Look, and we've got some lovely new things that have come in around how people are feeling. So Dee says she's feeling emotional. Sarah says lighter. Maureen says it was like being reunited with a part I thought I'd lost. I feel so peaceful and gently joyful right now. I'm feeling nurtured. Absolutely. And so, you know, for me, I mean, I have coaching as well myself, and what it is a sacred space for yourself, for your soul to breathe, for you to explore and think creatively about your life. And it's just that kind of regular creative space that just gets you in touch with who you are. So the kind of parameters around the offer are that it's available until 8 PM tomorrow evening. That's Thursday the 26th of June. So you've got until then to think about it. Or if you know that this is just what you need and you'd love to work with me, then please just go ahead and book right now. You know, seize the day. It's so important when you're feeling inspired and motivated to do something really good for yourself to actually act on it as and when you feel it, because we can talk ourselves out of things that are going to be really good for us really quite easily. So just, you know, follow your heart on this one, as I am always encouraging you to do. In fact, ask your captain, is this what I should be doing? You know, ask your captain, should you be doing life coaching with Saskia? Because your captain will be very, very clear about whether it's right or not for you. And I would love to hear what your captain has to say. And yeah, so it's available until 8 PM tomorrow evening, and the only kind of rule, if you like, within it is that you need to start within the next 2 months. So you need to begin your next 2 months by the end of August, basically. You need to start your 6 months by the end of August. Okay, so The final piece in this is all about honouring who you are and what you need at the deepest level. It's about kind of really getting to know yourself, and that's one of the most amazing things that I love when I'm working with clients, is just this kind of opening awareness that happens around knowing how resourceful and strong and inspired and creative you are, that you actually have all the answers within you to do what it is that you need to do and change your life in the way that you want to change it. So, in summary, what we're talking about today is all about having the tools and knowing ways of being able to connect with your joy, being able to actually honour what it is that your body, mind, heart are actually telling you, your spirit, and creating the space for yourself that you can actually do that. Because it's all well and good knowing that you should do it, but actually being able to find space on a regular basis to actually connect with yourself is one of the best gifts that you can give yourself. So whether you have coaching, or you meditate, or you decide to go for regular walks, whatever it is that you do, give yourself a sacred space on a regular basis to actually really get in touch with what your joy is and how to follow it. So the webinar is complete now for those of you that have to go. If you're leaving now, thank you for being here and have a great evening. For those of you that have questions, I'm going to stay here and start taking them now. So post them in the reply box below this video and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. So if you're leaving now, lots of love. Thank you for being here and I look forward to seeing you on the next workshop next month, which is the second in this series. So if you found this useful, then please do come along to the next one because that's really amazing too. And for those of you that have got questions, please type away and I will be here to answer them. Okay, so Maureen says, can you do the coaching sessions via Skype? Yes, absolutely. I've got a number of coaching clients who work with me via Skype and it's brilliant because we can actually see each other as well. I think there's a bit of a delay between the actual the broadcast, the workshop broadcast, and the comments coming in. So be patient and I will get to your questions. Maureen says, thank you. Sarah says, thank you so much. My pleasure. Thank you for being here. Okay. Okay, so I think that might be it in terms of questions. If you do have any questions and you haven't been able to ask them or you don't want to ask them here, then please do email me at saskia@rawfreedom.co.uk and I will answer your questions. Okay, well, lots of love and good night, sleep well. You know, hold your captain in your heart and just dream about your captain, your guiding light, your whatever it is, your guiding angel, whatever you like to call them. Have a lovely, wonderful, peaceful sleep thinking of them, dreaming of them tonight. Okay, bye.